And one of the legendary founding fathers of local rock is on the show with us right now. We've got the legend himself, Mr. Kirby Ray, with Emaciation on the Bone of Your Backyard show. First off, Kirby, how you doing today, man?
Hey, Chris, I'm doing really well. Thank you so much for inviting me onto the Bone, man. I'm really thrilled to be on with our sister station. As you know, I'm the program director with Real Rock 99.3 in Cape Girardeau, so I'm proud to be working with you tonight on the Bone, Chris. So thanks for calling, man.
Hey, no worries. Let's talk about Emaciation. You guys are gearing up for a brand new album and a brand new single, which we'll be playing here in just a few minutes. Let's talk about Emaciation. You guys got your start back in 1996, right?
That's exactly right. It was August of 1996, and Stu Ferris and myself co-founded the band. We just wanted to have a band that was more like a metal band. We played in all kinds of avant-garde projects and tried different things since the 80s. He and I had been in several bands together, the Honey Offering and Gick, and we decided, man, we wanted to get back to our roots and play some just straight-out metal, and that's why we started Emaciation.
You guys have been playing for almost 20 years. How many albums have you guys put out?
Well, we've got 4 now. We've got Of Earth that we did in 98. We got Toils of Earth in 2000, Planet and Bliss in 2004, and now Earth Odyssey is just about a month away from being completed. It should be out in about a month.
I got to ask you, what's the significance of, Earth and Planet with a lot of your titles?
You know, we like to have a recurring theme with the band, and it seems like some of the topics that we've dealt with, have been things that are, things we deal with here on Earth and in our lives. So we felt like, well, we started with Of Earth, so we kind of just kept going with that theme. And Earth Odyssey seems like that's kind of the travel that we've been doing. We've just been traveling through life here on this planet,
Earth Odyssey comes out, like you said, this spring. Let's talk about the process in making this record. Where'd you guys get it recorded at?
We actually recorded it where we practice, and we call it Castle Travsylvania, our guitar player, Travsylvania's house, and we recorded it with him on a digital recorder, and it's turned out pretty good.
Did Transylvania, did he produce it as well, or was it a collective thing with the whole band?
He's pretty much done the producing on this record, and we took several months to record it there at practice, and we'd do band practice, and then after that we'd record a couple of songs, knock a couple out after each practice, and put more guitars on, more keyboards and drums, and tweak everything out. And he's been the one that's pretty much engineered it and produced it, and it's as you'll hear on In Blood We Lust, the single that you're going to play this hour, you'll hear that, we're pretty happy with it. I mean, we didn't spend a lot of money on it because we don't have a lot of money, but we do it for fun, and we do it just we do it out of respect for our influences that really got us into playing music. So we feel like this is the level that we should do it at,
How long of a process was it from start to finish, from writing to recording to producing the whole thing? How long did it take you guys to finish?
Well, as I stated about our records, Planet and Bliss, we recorded in 2003, and it came out in 2004. So we have been working on songs that are on this record since then. And, we had meant to record before now, but, just life gets in the way. We practice every week, and we have since then. We've done shows every year, a lot of really good shows. And believe it or not, Chris, we've had 50 members in the band since 1996, and really no one's left on bad terms. It's just, as I said, we don't do this for money. We just do it to have fun, and, people move along, and we bring other people in, and we've had a lot of really good, talented people in the band. A lot of my good friends have been in the band, and, we've worked on this with a lot of different people since 2003.
The latest single, I guess the first single off the album, is called In Blood We Lust. Talk a little bit about this track.
This song was written, the lyrics were written by my friend Metal Chris Hupp, and I've known him for a long time. He and I used to collaborate on a webzine that I had in the 90s called Mass Metal Webzine, and he's worked on several radio shows and run his own webzine. And he wrote these lyrics and said, hey, Kirb, see if you can do something with these. And I've had these lyrics for years, and we've actually done this song live for a long time. We've just never recorded it at a professional level. So Chris wrote these lyrics, sent them to me. I kind of tweaked them a little bit. And at that point, from the players that we've had, we've all worked on it a little bit, put our touches on it. And the version you hear now is done with D.W. Iron Aiden on guitar, Brandor on bass, Glenn Stranger on drums, Charles Rockwell on keyboards, Travsylvania on guitar, and myself on rhythm guitar and vocals. And we're really proud to have worked with Metal Chris on these lyrics because he's a really good friend, and we're glad to be able to show him some respect for, for me, for years of friendship and hard work that he's done for me with the webzine and other things in the past. So it's kind of a nod to him, and also we're very fortunate to have these lyrics. So I wrote the guitar parts, and some of the guys in the band did that have been in over the last few years and put their own touches on it. But Chris is a big part of the lyrics of the song, so I'd like to make it be known that, I'm going to let him know to listen to this interview tonight, so I'm giving him some love. But it's all out of respect for, friends and things that we've done over the years with Metal Chris.
Very true. We're talking with Kirby Ray of Real Rock 99.3 and also of the band Emaciation. They have a new album coming out, Earth Odyssey. Kirby, do we have a date yet on when the new album's coming out?
As I say, we're shooting for about a month, but, I'm going to say 4 or 5 weeks from now. I don't know when we'll have it in hand, but I'm hoping by about 5 weeks from now.
To give another shout out, I know another legendary guy did some of your cover art for the album. Why don't you talk about him?
I'm so glad you brought that up. One of my best friends and most longtime friends and longtime influence of this band, his name is Brant Hutchcraft, and he is the frontman now of Cycle of Ruin. He's been in the band Brant, and from back in the day, a lot of the listeners will remember Enchanter, and Enchanter is one of the biggest influences on Emaciation that is out there, and Brant is too. And this guy is a walking brainstorm. He would bend over backwards to help our band, and he has. He's loaned us his time. He's done photos for our band. He's done artwork for our band. He's never charged us a dime. He's played shows with us for as long as I can remember, and he's one of my best friends and longtime influences, and he did the cover art on this one, and I am really impressed with what he did. And, there's just not enough that I can say about Brant Hutchcraft. If you ever get a chance to see this guy perform live, you want to do it because he is one of a kind, and he was doing what we do in the very early 80s.
You just got a new guitar player. Talk about that.
We did. We got a guy that we call Drekken in the band. Everybody has their band name, and we call him Drekken. And if you go to our Facebook wall, you will see his videos, and you'll see his picture, and you can get to his personal Facebook page and, tell him hello and welcome him to the band. We're very proud to have him, and he and I have been friends since the 80s. He used to play in a band called Kings and Aces in the 80s that would play out with my band that I was in at the time called the Honey Offering, and there was a band I was in before that from the mid-'80s called Sinister, and we've been friends since then, Drekken and I, and I'm really glad that there's that old-school connection there. He is a really talented guitar player, and I'm proud to welcome him to the band. And as I said, I hope you go to our Facebook wall and check out some of the video of him shredding on lead guitar. I think he's going to take us to a whole new level, and I do want to give a big nod to our guitar player that his name was D.W. Iron Aiden, and he has moved on to other projects now. He has given us about 20 years of his life in this band. He's played in other bands before this one with me and Gick, and also some other projects like the Grimshaws. And just a big nod to our former guitar player, D.W. Iron Aiden, but I hope you'll make Drekken feel welcome in the band as well.
We've got Kirby Ray on the phone with Emaciation. Kirby, before you go, I'm just kind of curious. We have a lot of young listeners who listen to this show, a lot of aspiring musicians who want to get in the local scene and want to be successful. Do you have any tips out there for the kids playing music now? Do you have any keys to success to keeping a band going for so long?
Well, I'll tell you what, fortunately with the job that I'm in, working in radio, I've met a lot of bands that I love that are my influences, and I've been very, very lucky. And, something I've heard from them that really echoes with me and my thoughts is just don't do this for the money. In this day and age, a lot of people complain, well, the money's not there in music. Well, to me, we never did this for the money, and we've never planned to make money off of this. We've always spent more than we've made, and we're glad of that. What we do is we play out of respect for the bands and people that influenced us. And I think if you do that, I think that you're going to find your true happiness. You're not going to have someone telling you how to do it, when to do it, where to do it. You're doing it for yourself, and I think that's the most important thing. And also, if you do it and believe in yourself, keep doing it. Someone tells you, hey, this is not our thing. This music just sucks. Well, it's like, who cares? If you're having fun with it, keep doing it.
Right.
If you don't make any money, no big deal. That, to me, will show a true musician any day of the week. Someone who will get up and play in front of one person or 100 people the same way, that person enjoys it. And I've learned from speaking to musicians that I respect that they don't talk about themselves. They talk about the bands and people that influence them, and they won't stop talking about it. And, when you hear that, it makes me proud that, wow, some of these guys that influence me, I think maybe the reason that I do what I do is because I learned from some of these people who do things out of respect for their influences. And I think that's a very important thing, carrying on styles that you believe in and carrying on beliefs of bands and people that really mean something special to you. And I think that's the bottom line. Just do it out of respect and out of belief for the things you love. And that's the bottom line. Don't worry about the money.
Before you hit the road, if people want to know more about Emaciation, if they want to know when the new album's coming out, where they can see you play live, how do they get that information?
Facebook.com/Emaciation, Emaciation. Very easy to find on Facebook. And we really invite anyone to go there and take a look. And we really thank you for taking time to speak with us on The Bone. Chris and Randy, everybody there, we've got so much love for you, man. And thank you so much for taking time to speak with us today about the band. And thanks so much for throwing a lot of love to Brad Hutchcraft as well. I know you've had him on the show in the past, and also Timex Seabaugh from Drive-In Rain. Thanks for showing so much love for all the local bands in this area that have been around so long.
Dude, we appreciate you, and we can't wait for another 20 years of Emaciation, my friend.
Thank you so much, Chris.
All right, there's Kirby Ray with 99.3 Real Rock, and of course the new band, or the band Emaciation. They've got a new album coming out, Earth Odyssey. Check them out on Facebook for more details. Here's the brand new single, In Blood We Lust.